transfer day, and it went really well. We're really happy, so mostly. So last you guys heard, we had our retrieval, which was great. We heard from them the next day, and they let us know that they got 7 eggs, 4 of which were mature, and all of them fertilized, which is crazy. And then we didn't hear anything yesterday. We went back today, and one of them is a 3 out of 5. Our clinic does things weirdly. They don't grade them the same as everybody. Everyone else sort of gets a number and 2 letters. We just get a number. So it's a 3 out of 5, and they never give anybody a 5. So it's not a bad number. So that one embryo was transferred this morning, and then our 3 other ones are kind of a hot mess. So they are what's called binucleated. So they're the right number of cells. They've divided the right number of times. There's 8 cells. But so this cell divides into 2 cells, and they're each supposed to have a nucleus in each of them. But this one, in our case, got greedy, and it has 2 nuclei. So this one has 2, this one has none, which isn't great for the embryo. So what the doctor said is that this does happen. It's not unusual. We'll give them until Thursday, day 5, and if that nucleus manages to like seep on into the other cell, which happens sometimes, then we can keep them and freeze them. Hopefully some of them, all of them, one of them, I don't know. It'd be really nice if we had something to go in the freezer, but can't be too picky. So this is our one. This is our one little, I don't know if the autofocus is doing it for you, but that little speck, wait. This is our ultrasound. So this is our little embryo. So that little speck right there, I don't know if you can see it. I can barely see it and I'm here. But that little speck, that little guy right there, isn't actually the embryo. It's an air bubble around the embryo, but the embryo's in there. And they say that if you went on your like word processing, if you go on Word, set the font to Arial size 6 and type a period, that is the size of the embryo. But it's kind of amazing. I've never had one of these on my fridge before. Everybody else gets these on their fridge, and now I have one on my fridge. I'm like oddly attached to my little embryo. Yeah, so that's sort of the scoop. It's pretty easy. The process is pretty simple. My clinic doesn't give you any drugs because they're jerks. I know everybody else seems to get Valium. No Valium to be had here. But essentially it's really similar to retrieval, but it's just a lot faster and a lot less painful. So they go in, they put in the catheter, they put in the speculum, they wash you out, they wash you off, they put in a catheter about the size, a little bit larger than like your average drinking straw. So just a little bit like girthier and a little bit longer. And they thread that through your cervix, and they kind of bang around a little bit. You'll get some pretty strong cramping, but you need to keep everything really relaxed. Like my response was to just like clench every muscle in my body. They were like, you need to not do this. So you just need to like take a breath and relax and let your stomach muscles and like just don't panic. So the rest of it went pretty smoothly. Once they've done that, the embryologist will come in with another thinner catheter that has your embryos and some fluid, some medium. So they put those in, inject it in. You can feel that. It feels funny, like it's crampy. It's almost painful actually, but it's just for a second. And then they withdraw them. The embryologist goes and checks out the catheters to make sure that your embryo didn't stick. And then once that's done, they take the speculum out, take the other catheter out, and you just sort of lie there for a second. And then you get to pee, which is like the best part of the whole thing. Because at this point, I'd had like 3.5 liters of fluid since 6:30 in the morning. And I honest to God, there was a moment where I was like, I'm going to pee on him. Oh my God, I'm going to pee. Because there's a woman like jamming an ultrasound probe into your bladder, which is the window, like this, they call it the window to your uterus. That's your bladder. So like it lets them sort of be able to see what's happening. So that's why you have to go in with a full bladder. It's brutal. Like they are really, really ultrasounding. And like I fully thought I was going to pee on him, but I didn't. Bonus for everybody, mostly him. But yeah, the whole thing from start to finish was like 10 minutes. They have you sit in recovery for about an hour just to make sure that things are, settled. And then you just need to take it easy for the rest of the day. I wasn't on full bed rest. It was just like take it easy, put your feet up, watch some TV. So we watched Deadpool and had like bad takeout for lunch, and it was really nice. The rest of the day, it's been getting progressively more sore. Like I'm having some pretty strong cramps, but it's not like a regular menstrual cramp. Like they're sharp, sudden, like twingy pains, but apparently it's quite normal. And it could be from the endometrium. Speaking of endometrium, this is the time to tune out if you don't want to know things. I know that there are some friends and family, and I love that you're watching our videos. You may not want to watch this one unless this is medication for which you have a prescription, because it's not that nice, and it's going to get a little personal, and it's not going to be particularly charming, but we're trying to keep it real. And this is something that I wish someone had given me like a really solidly stern warning about in the beginning, because nobody did. And the first 2 days on Endometerin, I was like, what is happening to me? So you have been warned. Continue forward at your own risk. Okay, ladies, let's talk about Endometerin. I feel like I wasn't prepared for this one. So this is like a little insert that comes with it. These are the things that you can expect with Endometerin. And you should only talk to your pharmacist if they are extremely severe, because this is what's expected. This isn't the long list of stuff that could happen. This is the like normal stuff. Pelvic pain, abdominal pain, nausea, abdominal bloating, headache, uterine cramping, vaginal bleeding, vomiting, urinary tract infection, constipation, tiredness, breast tenderness, mood swings, irritability, drowsiness, vaginal irritation, genital itching, vaginal burning sensation, vaginal discomfort, discharge, swelling of the limbs. I don't even know what to say about that. So while I don't have swelling of the limbs, which is pretty fantastic, I'm quite happy about that, it does feel like I've recently contracted the worst STD ever. Like it's just generally kind of burny and kind of disgusting. So I spoke to the nurse today. And again, friends and family, you can't tell me you weren't warned. This is what she suggested to me. This is literally the high-tech solution that we have going for us. These are lightly powdered, non-sterile, ambidextrous, size medium latex gloves. Nope, size large latex gloves. We're getting fancy. Essentially, what she has told me is that every couple days, because I'm not allowed to take a bath, every couple days you need to don a latex glove and really just get in there and make sure that things are copacetic. I'm not saying I'd prefer the needles. I'm not saying that PIO sounds great, because the size of the needle that goes into your butt cheek for progesterone and oil scares the living daylights out of me. But this is pretty disgusting. And the mean thing about it is that it mimics pregnancy symptoms. So like, you're in your 2-week wait, which is literally the longest wait of life, and your body is telling you you're pregnant. Your boobs hurt. Oh my God, my boobs hurt so much, and they're huge. Like they're really enormous, and they're sore. And like I slept in a bra yesterday just because otherwise it was so uncomfortable. So your body, on top of like symptom spotting because you're a crazy person who's praying to the uterus gods, you now have all of the symptoms of pregnancy wrapped up in a 3 times daily effervescent vaginal suppository. So be prepared, because I was not prepared for this. And panty liners aren't going to cut it. I'm telling you, invest in like the lightest pads that you can get your hands on. It doesn't have to be like a diaper, just something a little more sturdy than a panty liner. So that's it. Now we wait. We test again. Today's March 8th. We test again on March 22nd. And then again on the 24th. We go back and meet with our RE on April 21st, so about 5 weeks, no matter what happens. If we're still pregnant, or if we get pregnant, then it'll be an ultrasound. It'll be our first ultrasound. And if it's not, it'll be our what just went wrong, what are we going to change next time, and either see if we can still do another round of stims, and when we can start that, or do we have anything in the freezer that we can move on to for the next cycle. So that's the scoop. The 2-week wait is tricky. It's already a little bit tricky. We're already going a little crazy, and it's been like 5 minutes. So hopefully we can just dive in and be busy and not pull our hair out, so to speak. But yeah, we'll keep you posted, and maybe, the next 2 weeks are not going to be the most exciting videos, but it'll give us a chance to give maybe a little bit more background about how it is that we got here. I realized that we kind of jumped into our IVF haul and didn't really give you much of our backstory, so maybe we can get into that a little bit. And thanks. You know, it's been tricky and it's been complicated, and we've gotten some really nice messages from you guys, and it really means a lot. So thank you very much for the support. It helps, and hopefully we can give as much as we get. So I hope everybody else is doing well, and we'll keep you posted.